right? So kind of going into some of the key lessons that I've gotten from quiet moments, right, is that clarity, as we mentioned, it comes out in the quiet, right? It's very hard for you to be able to know where you're going if you're listening to so many different things. Again, I gave the excuse of, or I'm sorry, I gave the example of looking at the road when it's foggy. It's very hard for you to make out. It's very hard for you to be able to drive full speed ahead. And being able to have some form of clarity in your mind and what you want allows you to really pick the direction that you want to go into, right? For example, hey, like you might be thinking that maybe I'll just use myself as an example because it is so much easier. For the longest time, I tied myself to what was I doing in my career. I had it in my mind that, I had to accomplish certain amount of things. If I didn't have an X amount of money, if I didn't accomplish certain milestones, that I was not really living a fruitful or purposeful life. And it wasn't until my daughter was born that I realized how much I love being a parent. I give thanks to my children every single day because they allowed me to really come forth and become the man that I really am, which is I love to be a servant to my family. I love to be a servant to people. Being able to help other people be the best version of themselves is something that I absolutely love to do. And there is, for me, no greater opportunity to be able to do that than when you're able to have conversations with your children, when you're able to be a role model for your children. At the end of the day, your kids are going to do what you do, not what you say. And for me, being able to have that insight, being able to have that clarity allowed me to make sure that I can be present with them and make sure that I was living in accordance to the kind of lives I would want my children to be able to emulate. Maybe I would want them to take away as much positivity as from the life that I'm living. But that only was able to happen when I took a moment to just be silent. I take that moment to just be a receiver, to listen to the messages of the creator, right?